So I believe before the Beyonce era, there was more integrity in the Grammys because the fact that this girl gets nominated every year, every album, bitch, come on. All my life, I'll be waiting for you. No, how you do. Well, hello there, love bugs. Hello there, Bellas. If you have not already done so, please remember to like, share, subscribe, and tip your favorite narrator via Cash App at $NAROB on YouTube. Love bugs. This is our final week with Natalie Cole, okay? Because we're coming to the end. I'm wrapping some things up. And I believe I know what the next book is. Yeah, I believe I do. It's going to be a surprise. And if you are not already a part of this book club, please hit the Patreon link below and or the join button here on the YouTube, and for a small monthly fee of $5, you babies, yes, you can be privy to all the shenanigans before the YouTube gets it, if the YouTube gets it. Now, let's continue reading Angel on My Show. The question for me was, where was I going to next? After Dangerous, we had originally contracted to make a second album with Modern Records. And although we started work on it, we couldn't finish. Paul Fishkin didn't have enough financial backup, and his company eventually folded, or at least that's what I was told. It could be they just pulled the plug, but didn't tell me. Either way, we were just out in the cold, and Dan had to go look for another label, and I was gonna be a tough sell. The truth was that although I had been busy giving myself a pat on the back for making my first sober album in the 6 years, nobody else in the record industry cared. All those doors that slammed shut right before Hazelden were still closed tight. But this time it was for a different reason. Dan, as always, put it to me straight. Nat, he said, if an artist is sellable, a record company isn't terribly concerned about their sobriety. And if you're not commercially viable, a gracious way of saying that you're not making a lot of money for the company. They don't give a rat's ass that you've turned your personal life around. Remember when we was talking earlier about how we give Marie credit for being business minded or about the business, even though she took Natalie Cole's finances from her and ended up not doing shit with it. When you take somebody's finances from them, what is expected, like what I expect, is that you're going to take charge of my money and you're going to do some kind of miraculous thing to make sure that when I give it back to you, it's going to be worth something, at least maybe 20% or 15% more than what it was when you gave it to me. The fact that Maria Cole got her money and then, I'm going somewhere with this, y'all, just hold on. But got her money, then gave nothing back to her. Here go nothing, Natalie. I took your money, so I couldn't do nothing with it. As a matter of fact, you owe me money. Bullshit the baker. Now, when I got your grandchild, no, ma'am. No, ma'am. That's, what? Girl, are you crazy? Maria should have invested that money, or at least spoke to a financial person that would say, okay, look, we're going to sell the house out there, I forget where it was, and we're going to take that money and we're going to reinvest it into something else, so that when Natalie Cole came home, she had like a condo, a 1-bedroom condo for her and her baby to live in. That she had a Pontiac Sunfire to drive around in. You know what I'm saying? Maria took her money for no fucking reason. I respected Maria for making the business choice. Hey, you don't know what you're doing with your money, let me take it. But what I don't respect is that you took it and you did absolutely nothing, bitch. When it comes down to Dan, he speaks to her in true fact. The fact that you sober, it don't mean shit. They don't give a fuck about if you're sober, because there's plenty of people out there that ain't sober that makes plenty of money. Yes, that's a triumph for you, but hell, some of these companies be giving their people drugs to stay high, to keep them happy, so they can keep producing. So sobriety means absolutely nothing to these record companies. At this age, I'm fitting to turn 54. Y'all know this, okay? I've learned in life that insurance is a scam. It's the biggest pyramid scheme that America says is okay. Oh yeah, keep giving your money to insurance companies. It is a pyramid scheme that America gives its stamp of approval to. That shit should be illegal. You paying all that money into that fucking pyramid scheme and ain't getting shit back. Second thing is that nothing matters but the dollar. Nothing matters. It don't matter how sweet you are. It don't matter how good you sing. It don't matter how healthy you are. The only thing that matters to America is how much money you can produce for some man sitting over there that's waiting for you dumb motherfuckers to work hard. Not you, us dumb motherfuckers to work hard and keep his pockets fat. That's all that matters. If you can know your place and keep giving that rich mother hunchy over there the money, you ain't got to worry about being exposed in court for having a baby oil addiction. You ain't got to worry about that. But when you cause problems and you piss off that big mother hoochie right there, baby, watch out. One of the big wigs over at EMI, this dude named Jerry, Dan had contacted Jerry and said, hey, look, I want you to come see Natalie Cole perform. Natalie Cole performed, but Jerry didn't show up. Dan was at the airport. There go Jerry. Oh, hey, motherfucker, we was looking for you yesterday. As luck would have it, the next morning, Dan was at the Cleveland airport waiting for his flight to LA when he spotted Jerry. Knowing Jerry hadn't shown up and wanting to get to the bottom of things, Dan quickly changed his flight to New York. Jerry never knew Dan was on his flight, and they arrived at the EMI offices at almost the same time. Dan headed straight for Bruce's office, smoke coming out of his ears. He bullied his way in without an appointment, demanding to know what Jerry had thought of my performance. This is classic Cr0ck, and the fact that Dan would take off on this kind of dogged hot pursuit on my behalf is one of the reasons why I respect him so much. Bruce called Jerry in and he confessed to his boss that on his way to the show he had narrowly averted a terrible car accident. He felt that this was God's way of telling him not to go to the show. So he turned around and gone back to the hotel. Dan listened to the story and asked Bruce if they could have a moment alone. Once Jerry left, Dan turned to his friend and declared God was in touch with me too. And he told me, you'd better give Natalie a 2-album contract. His will was done. Bruce is actually a very lovely man and one of the more subtle angels in the record business. He was very supportive, and he, like a few others, saw something in me and my work that made him believe in me and say he'd go for it. EMI Manhattan bought a couple of songs that I was getting ready to record for the second album on Modern. One of them was a ballad called I Live for Your Love. The other was a Bruce Springsteen's number, Pink Cadillac. They became big hits off an album I called Everlasting. The impossible happened. Everlasting spawned 3 hit records and eventually went gold. When it was nominated for a Grammy, pause, you bitches about to be mad at me, I don't care. Pause. So I'm like, God damn, this bitch got a lot of Grammys. And she ain't even recognized the way she should be, or at least I feel she's not recognized the way she should be. Do you know that Natalie Cole has more Grammys than the Do you know that Natalie Cole has more Grammys than the Whitney Houston? How in the God can that even happen? All right. Anyway, that's not the point I'm trying to make. Not that Natalie Cole does not deserve her Grammys because what she got those 9 Grammys for. So I was Googling. I was like, how many Grammys does Natalie Cole have? It was 9. Whitney had 6. I don't know why, but let me tell you what was astounding. I think Beyonce had like 33, 37, 42, something like that. But the bitch had been, but the lady had been nominated 99 times. And you mother hunchies don't think that this bullshit is rigged? 99 times? Girl, that means everything that she shits out her ass automatically goes to the Grammy people. Oh! Beyonce made a song, Take a Dump in the Alley. Send it over there to the Grammy people. It's like, stop drinking the Kool-Aid, y'all. Stop drinking. Everything she do is not a hit. It's not Grammy worthy. The impossible happened. Everlasting spawned 3 hit records and eventually went gold. When it was nominated for a Grammy, I was floored. There were lots of kudos, lots of people saying, we missed you, you deserve this. Even Robbie was running around the house screaming, she's back. As I was nearing the end of my 4th year of sobriety, the cops in my rear view had backed off, and I too started to believe, okay, maybe I am back, almost. When it comes to getting awards, I've always been surprised, starting with the first Grammy in 1976 that I stole from Aretha Franklin. Win or lose, however, I was always very grateful because I knew how hard everyone had worked, not just for me. So I believe before the Beyonce era, there was more integrity in the Grammys because the fact that this girl gets nominated every year, every album, bitch, come on. I'm tired of you gays and non-presenting gays constantly sucking on her. With Everlasting, I was actually happier for Dan than I was for myself when we started kicking some butt. Because it's wonderful when someone really believes in you and you don't disappoint them. Indeed, success is the best revenge. It felt as if another piece fell into place when I won a Soul Train Award a little later in 1988. I Live for Your Love won in Best Female Single category. I had met Whitney while I was doing a show in Boston.